boom. Like one of my goals was like, yes, let's get into the semi-final, get on a live stream, it'll be good. Fighting against like a tough guy. So I was like, boy, like this is it, like good time to test myself. This is what I wanted. Like everyone watching, and it was so professional, like all the lights shining down, everything. Day of the tournament, I felt like super relaxed. I didn't feel any pressure going into this as much as I would in maybe like the Europeans or the World Pro. Just purely based on because like, you know, I'm here fighting against some of the best guys. A lot of these guys are purple belts, been training longer than me, and I'm a blue belt. So at the end of the day, in my head, I feel like they had more pressure going into this, so I was way more relaxed. So this could be an advantage for me. We step on the mat, and I pull guard against him. And then for some reason, like, I don't know, he must have got off balance and then just accepted like the single leg X position. So I came on top and straight away backstepped his pass and passed his guard. And throughout the whole fight, I was pretty much like, it was more of like, in a way, like, not trying to sound disrespectful, but just trying to pass his guard and warm myself up, like, kept passing, like, but at the same, like, towards the end, I was really trying hard to submit the guy, but he was really tough in, like, defending everything and wasn't giving up as I had, like, the back. I was trying to lift his chin up, trying to get, like, my hand in, and he was just, like, not giving up whatsoever. I think, like, the fight ended, like, 25-0. Warmed up, pumped, was ready for my second match. I fight against this guy, this German guy. I think he's a bit bigger than me. He's like maybe middle heavy. The fight starts. I feel okay, he's bigger than me. I'm gonna try and sweep him straight away. So I pull into like a De La Riva, like I control his sleeve and pull into a De La Riva. So from this, like, he took it upon himself to go for the footlock straight away. And prior, a couple weeks back, my foot was like messed up, like it was popped. So like any like bit of pressure I got on my foot, like it would hurt quite a lot, you know. And I was thinking, oh my god, man, he's going for my foot, like he might tap me. Like that went through my head at the moment. So I thought like I just tried to keep my foot on the mat as much as I can and not like get him to make me sit on my butt. I took the hook off, like the leg off my hip, and backstepped straight away and then passed. And then I think we stood back up somehow after I must have got the points, if I did get the points, I guess. And then I thought to myself, man, I'm not going to pull guard in case like he footlocks me and goes for that Hail Mary submission attempt, you know, just to like tap me out from a footlock, because I would have been gutted if I went out like that. So I decided to stand up with him, you know, just to feel him out, and because I feel confident in my takedown defense and in my takedowns, not to like be taken down and stuff. So he was like, as the fight was progressing, I felt like he was getting tired. He was breathing like really heavily. So like a lot of the times in fights, like I hear this and it kind of like pushes me to go a bit harder because they're already tired. So he was like pushing forward, I was pushing, and then he was kind of like pushing me. So then I thought, okay, let me try and collar drag him. So I collar drag him and I managed to get it. And man, the mats were like super thin. So like I hurt myself like collar dragging, but he must have hurt himself way more, possibly, I don't know. And then I was passing the guard. He had me in close guard a few times. And I ended up, like my pants were falling, like this is the end bit. So my pants were like falling down. And I passed the guard and I looked at the ref to be like, ref, like, can we stop and like start in the middle and like let me pull my pants like up? And then his arm like came up. So I thought, oh man, I'm just gonna finish it, yeah. So I do this, like, I spun round and like took the arm and armbarred him. And yeah, that was sick. Like pants leg halfway down. So yeah, and everyone was clapping, and yeah, it's a good feeling. Third fight, I know Martin's like a very good, like, got a very good top game, and he's got good takedowns. So I thought, in my head I was thinking maybe I'm gonna try and stand up a bit and feel him out on the feet, and maybe try and even take him down. And like just run the clock a little bit, you know, because it's a 7-minute fight, and I'm usually used to fighting 6 minutes. So eventually, like, I couldn't really take him down, and he couldn't really take me down. I didn't really want to, like, stay, like, trying to grab and, like, you know, go for takedowns against him for the whole fight, you know, because I think that's how it would have been, because we both like to play on top, I think. So obviously I didn't want to give, like, a boring fight, you know, for the people watching. So I thought, let me test myself and pull guard against, you know, this beast, like, and see how it goes. So I pulled guard, but, like, it was a really, like, rubbish guard pull, you know, and already he was, like, nearly passing, like, almost like passing. So straight on, I was trying to get, like, regain the guard, and I, like, managed to grab his pants and, like, just drag myself in and, like, tie myself up a bit. Like, he pushed my leg through, trying to control his sleeve so he couldn't really do anything, and his trousers, because I know Martin likes to move around a lot. So if I control one of his legs, I feel like I take away that freedom of him moving side to side. So there was a bit like he opened up a bit, like trying to pass, and I managed to get underneath him in the single leg X, and I thought, yes, like, this is it, like, I'm gonna just, I'm in a good position to sweep him, you know. And then he managed to pass off that, like, because he was controlling my sleeve, I couldn't really break his posture or anything. So I tried to take the hook off the hip and kick him over me as a way of him, like, putting his hands on the mat. But from that, he was already aware, like, as soon as I take my foot off his hip, he's gonna backstep. So that's exactly what he done. And then off that, he managed to pass straight away. Like, he went for the choke, and at one point, like, it was on, and he fell back from the choke, and, like, his elbow was out of it, so I, like, pulled his elbow over his head, and, like, I managed to escape, and he was, like, on the bottom. And I was like, yes, like, he's on the bottom now, like, it's my turn to pass, you know, so I can get these 3 points back. And then straight away, like, he, like, posts out and, like, gets back to standing. I'm like, oh, man, like, just play guard, bro, like, something like that. So that was standing again. I'm thinking, let me try and take him down or whatever. Standing. I'm like, oh man, I gotta score some points. So I pull guard again. Like, he tries to take me down, and I close guard. Like, I tried to do, like, some sort of weighted sweep, and I thought, man, it's probably not gonna work. So I kind of bailed on it and, like, went to, like, Delhi with, like, the trousers and sleeve, fast sleeve, as a way to try and, like, get the game back going. And I went for, like a sit-up guard at one point. Like, I almost, like, managed to control his other sleeve, and I thought maybe I can, like, off-balance him and push him off. But then I bailed on that, and then he was nearly passing. I went to a lasso, and, like, with a reverse Delahiva, and then I controlled his leg, and then I turned him, like, I swept him, you know, with the, I don't know what sweep is, but you, like, switch your hips, and then they have no base because you have the lasso on. So I was like, yeah, I was controlling the lasso. I tried to come on top, and he, like, sprawled out and turned, and my knee went, like, all the way to the other side, and it popped, like, kind of, I heard, like, a big, like, kind of pop sound, and, like, he definitely heard the pop sound as well. So, like, he stopped, like, I was like, oh, like, your knee, and I was like, oh, flip, man, my knee. Like, I was thinking, because he was more worried than me about it, so I was thinking about my knee. And the, like, medics come, and it was, like, hurting all down my leg. They try, like, straightening it up and everything, and it was hurting, but I felt like, man, I'm not gonna, like, quit here and just, like, bail out and not, like, fight, you know. So I just chose to fight on and try and salvage something out of it, at least, like, go on to the end of the fight. And yeah, so we fought again. Like, the referee let me fight like continue the fight, which was like good of her. And yeah, so then we started fighting again. I pull guard again. He's trying to pass, and then he ends up in a double under position. And I'm like, oh man, there's no way. Like getting out of that was a bit like of a trouble. So I knew he was gonna run down the clock. So I thought I didn't want him to pass. So I grabbed his belt, and yeah, then time went. So I was like, I lost by like 3 points. So it happens. But to get to that point was an achievement for myself. Little victories. So hopefully, if there's another Fuji challenge, we can make it to the final and hopefully win. I think the general experience of it was like super cool, like how all the lights were up and you had all the cameras, and like I had a lot like those people like back home watching and like supporting, which was like really, it was nice.